How's it going? It is Mythos, and today we're talking about something brutal. The punishment of being hanged, drawn and quartered was one of the most notorious methods of execution in England's history. Preserved primarily for those convicted of high treason, this gruesome penalty was employed as both a means of extreme deterrence and as a dramatic spectacle of state power. The brutality of this execution method not only served as a warning to would-be traitors, but also carried with a host of superstitions and beliefs about the fate of the soul in the afterlife. The practice of hanging and drawing and quartering dates back to the 13th century, during the reign of King Henry III, but it became more systematically used under King Edward I in the late 1200s. It was specifically arranged as the punishment for treason, as betraying the king was considered the ultimate crime against the state. The process involved several stages. The condemned was first hanged until near death, then disemboweled and emasculated, their entrails burned before their eyes while still barely alive. Finally, they were beheaded and their body was cut into 4 pieces, which were sent to different parts of the country as a warning to others. The sheer horror of this punishment was meant to demonstrate the absolute power of the monarchy and the severe consequences of betraying the crown. Figures such as William Wallace, Guy Fawkes and numerous martyrs faced this terrifying fate. The spectacle was also meant to instill fear among the populace, reinforcing loyalty to the king through sheer terror. In medieval and early modern England, executions were also often associated with the consequences beyond death. Many believed that violent and unjust death could leave a soul trapped between worlds. Ghost stories surrounding traitors executed in this manner were common, as it was thought that their spirits could not find peace due to the horrific manner of their deaths. Some accounts suggest that the severing of the body in quarters was symbolic of the eternal fragmentation of the soul. As I've spoken about on this channel before when talking about the act of gibbeting a body, in Christian traditions, proper burial with a whole body was crucial for the soul's journey into the afterlife. The destruction of the body in such a brutal way, along with the denial of a proper burial, could mean that the victim's spirit would be unable to rest, doomed to haunt the places associated with their death. Reports of headless apparitions and eerie hauntings at execution sites like Tyburn and the Tower of London maybe support this belief. Moreover, dismemberment was sometimes viewed as a way to prevent a person from coming back as a restless spirit. This was a belief held in many cultures, where cutting a body into pieces was thought to break any lingering connection between the spirit and the physical world. However, in the case of those hanged, drawn and quartered, the opposite effect seemed to take hold. Many believed that such a brutal and unjust fate increased the likelihood of a vengeful spirit returning. The violent and degrading nature of this execution also raised questions about the fate of the victim's soul. While the authorities justified the punishment as an earthly consequence of treason, religious observers sometimes argued that such death could affect one's afterlife. As mentioned, the tradition emphasized the importance of last rites and a proper burial, both of which were denied to many who suffered this fate. Some also believed that dying under extreme torture could permanently mark the soul. If someone died in a state of anguish and fear, that energy might remain attached to the spirit, leading to eternal unrest. This idea aligns with the ghost stories of executed traitors returning to haunt the places of their suffering, seeking either justice or revenge. The widespread belief in purgatory in medieval England further reinforced the idea that spirits could linger, unable to move until their eternal torments were resolved. So, The punishment of being hanged, drawn and quartered was a brutal instrument of state terror, designed to eliminate treason and persuade others from challenging the monarchy. Beyond its physical horror though, the execution carried deep spiritual and paranormal implications. The mutilation of the body disrupted the traditional journey of the soul, leading to fears of eternal unrest and hauntings. Over time, the punishment was seen as excessively cruel, leading to its eventual end in the 19th century. However, the legend of tortured spirits and ghostly apparitions tied to these executions persist, a reminder of the horrors of the past and their potential influence on the afterlife. Thank you for watching, guys. If you liked this, drop a like, and if you're not subscribed, stick around and hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and you can see more videos like this. Thanks for joining me today. I hope all is well and I will see you in the next one.